and we only have one sparring partner, and I would throw that uppercut.
The one
And
you
my
jumped her with?
husband would, I will throw it all the time, right? And then my husband would be like, no, 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 you cannot throw the uppercut by itself, because I would throw it by itself like I did in that fight. And he said, that will never work.
Hit her multiple times if she comes in like that. Shields a combination again.
Some big bombs being thrown by Shields.
Well, and Gabriels. And now with Gabriels. Well, I'll say an action
behind 10-8 on the card.
Exactly. And maybe trying a little too.
All right, now before we get out of here, is it like any message you want to send or say to Claressa about making this fight that's going to eventually happen?
Okay, Claressa, well, since you don't want to fight me, please, I beg you to stop spreading the narrative that I cheated. You know it is not true. You know that the knockdown that I gave you was a clean knockdown. I know you remember that long walk to the corner. I know you'd rather not fight me. But if you are not planning to stop diminishing and tarnishing my name, give me the fight. I will shut you up. You are not going to finish that fight. You have done enough. You and your team have damaged me and my family enough. And if you have the merciful balls, like I told you that day in your DMs, to fight me, you will regret it the rest of your life. I'll see you soon if you have the fire to respond to this.
Hello and welcome back, Pillow Talkers. We spill the tea that everyone tries to hide. No gossip is off limits, no truth is untold. Grab your pillow and watch the stories unfold. In the world of boxing, bad blood usually leads to a big money fight, but sometimes it just leads to a dead end. We are talking about the ongoing one-sided saga between undisputed champion Claressa Shields and former rival Hanna-Gabriels. For years, Gabriels has been shouting from the sidelines looking for a rematch that by all indications is never going to happen. Well, at least according to Claressa Shields. And while Gabriels continues to call out Claressa has made her stance crystal clear. She's moved on and she's not looking back. If you've been following women's boxing, you know this tension isn't new. It stems back to their 2018 clash where Gabrielle shocked the world by becoming the first fighter to ever knock down Claressa Shields. Well, the first female boxer, because we all know that a man was able to do it during sparring. Shields won the decision, but the narrative stuck. Since then, Gabriels has publicly called out the GOAT on multiple occasions, constantly campaigning for a second chance to prove 2018 wasn't a fluke. Their paths were set to cross again in June 2023 for a highly anticipated rematch, but the fight imploded when Gabriels tested positive for a banned substance. Now, Hanna-Gabriels explained that the only reason why she failed the test was because of her French bulldog spray medication.
This can happen. I mean, look, I saw Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella is very vocal about performance-enhancing drugs, and rightfully so. He's come out with this reason, and I don't believe Lou DiBella would have come out with that reason if he didn't believe it. And as bizarre as it sounds, yes, this is the kind of thing that can happen. Do you know what I mean? You could, if you are handling those kind of substances, and you are preparing something for an or whatever, and you ingest that, the levels that are tested these days can result in a positive drugs test. So I know Lou DiBella got a lot of stick, but I believe he believes that is a true story, and it's very possible that is the case. I don't know the levels of the results, but he's also right that unfortunately when that happens, it's still on you if you failed the test. It's a bit like in Connor's. I think people in a Connor situation, WBC, and because of the other tests, are very comfortable that he hasn't been taking performance enhancing drugs or had no physical benefit. But if it's in your system, there still has to be a process to go through. So I don't doubt, I don't think that Lou DiBella's making it up to try and get his fighter off the hook. I think there may be something genuine behind that. The problem is on social media and in the world we live in, everyone just goes, oh, dog medicine, what a joke. But this is the kind of thing that can happen when you're testing to those levels.
That cancellation didn't just kill the fight, it effectively killed the relationship. Since that moment, Gabriels has claimed she was cleared of wrongdoing and has spent the last 2 years vocalizing her desire to run it back, often accusing Shields' team of using a doping scandal to ruin her legacy.
Just passing by to answer to Shields' call-out. You know, dear, all of this time that I haven't fought, I've been forced to wait for this. No need to say, I am the happiest to know that the wait is over. I see that knocking out Perkins has given you the confidence to fight me. I've been waiting. Have your team contact me.
She's gone on record multiple times insisting she's ready to step into the ring tomorrow. But here's the reality of the situation. Claressa Shields isn't engaging. She has essentially frozen Gabriels out. Shields made her position definitive when she stated plainly, Hanna Gabriels would never get inside the ring with me again. Shields hasn't just ignored the callouts, she's taken a digital route to ensure the noise stops. Multiple reports confirm that Shields has blocked Gabriels on social media, cutting her off on all direct lines of communication. For Shields, the Gabriels chapter is closed. She's locked in on other legacy-defining fights and high-profile opponents, leaving Gabriels on the outside looking in, waiting for a door that Claressa has firmly bolted shut. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think that this is the most highly anticipated fight that I want to see, because I feel like if anybody was to give a good fight against Claressa, it would definitely be Hanna. And I feel like the only reason why Claressa agreed to do the rematch in 2023 is because she was sick and tired of hearing people compare them to and saying that the only reason why she won was because of a unanimous decision, and that a lot of people agreed that Hanna actually won. So Claressa let her ego get to her and agreed to the fight. But when she tested positive for PEDs, Claressa said, look at God. Absolutely not. I am not going to mess up my history and legacy. Now, since then, Claressa has called out Lauren Price, Michaela Mayer, and Tam Tebow.
I came out here to show why I'm pound number one.
All right, so Lauren Price, is that the fight that you want next?
Yes, if I can get it in between December and January. If not, I would love to fight against Michaela or Tam Tebow. She got the rest of 3 belts. She don't really had that many fights in the professionals, but she got belts. It's not my fault these girls don't have the experience that I have. But, hey, she got a belt that I know belongs to me, and that's the ring belt. I've always been number 1 at 160, and when I decided to come back down to 160, that automatically made me number 1. I don't know how the Ring magazine let Delcy and Tam fight for the ring belt, and Tam was not number 2 or 1. It doesn't make sense.
Congratulations, Claressa.
Yes, thank you, and to all my fans.
Now, Box Topics talked about her prospects and what she was into, and here's what they had to say.
My least favorite out of all 3 of these is Lauren Price. It really is, because she's too small. I mean, she really is. I've been around her many times too in camp, and she's too small. I know she fought heavier in the amateurs, but that was the amateurs. I just feel like I don't think it'd be a walk in the park for Shields, but I just feel like she's too small compared to Claressa. My favorite out of these would definitely be Michaela, and I know we're gonna talk about that after a while, but that would definitely be my favorite. But you know what? I would love to see Tam fight her as well, but I would like for Tam to get another fight or two. Because, you know, mentally, Claressa gets in people's head. Like, she's not afraid. She looks you in your eye and she tells you what she's going to do. And like, she goes forward and does it. So women have to be mentally strong to get in the ring. Right now, out of these three, Mayer, to me, would be the most mentally and physically strong to give her the biggest challenge.
But let's check out a little of Lauren Price's work and see what she has to say about Claressa Shields.
When I step a stampede, foot on neck, can't breathe, lucky charm, Van Cleave, diamonds on. I see my eyes linking up. I'm like, what in the fuck? If you scared, then just say that whole enough is enough. They was just in my DMs.
You know, I fully respect Shields. I think she's the best in the game, and to be the best, you have to beat the best. And full credit to her, what she's done in her career. But I honestly believe in myself. I'm just getting better and better, and I'm in this game for the biggest fights. I want to become a multi-weight world champion. I won the biggest fights in boxing, and what a great honour it would be to share the ring with Shields. It makes her a great fight, but not just one fight. Like I said, we've seen it with Taylor and Serrano. I said to her tonight, let's do it, you know, I'll come to America, you come to Wales, and let's do it. And she shook on it, and you know, hopefully we make that happen.
Not only did Lauren Price just say that her and Claressa just shook on it, they also had a face-off. As y'all just heard, it appears that Lauren Price highly respects Claressa Shields, and more than likely, she might be the next fight. And I guess what Christine Lopez off of Box Topics meant was that Lauren Price was small in terms of height, because her arms look very solid to me. But she had that other girl stumbling big time. Now, let's check out Michaela Mayer's work.
Can't do drip, drip, drip. Can't do drip, drip. Can't do drip, drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, stay dripping.
Can't do drip, drip, drip. Can't do drip, 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 drip. Can't do drip, drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, stay tripping. Can't do drip, drip, drip. Can't do drip, drip, drip. Can't do drip, drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, stay tripping.
What are y'all thoughts on Michaela Mayer? I honestly don't see any competition for Claressa, but that could be the reason why she picked her. Now on to Tam Tebow. Now, I don't know if y'all just seen it, but she just got punched and still stood solid. So, I don't know. She's a very small girl compared to Claressa as well, and I'm pretty sure she would have to come up in weight. But please be mindful, these are all my unprofessional opinions. And be sure to check out all three of these women and come back and tell me, who do you think would be trouble for Claressa? And personally, I would say Lauren Price. Now, recently, Shields-Gabriels did an interview with Mill City Boxing, and she has called Claressa out once again. Now, some people might be like, okay, why does she keep calling out Claressa when she clearly doesn't want it? And it's because, like I stated, she blocked her. And honestly, I want to see it as well. But basically, if the fans keep sending the message to Claressa, eventually Claressa will get sick and tired of hearing it and say, you know what, fine, and give in if everything goes to plan. Now, I do not know how much money Hanna-Gabriels' team has offered to Claressa, but we all know that Chris Cyborg team offered her $2 million. And Claressa responded and said that that was way too little money and that she get paid way more, and are we dumb? And that's really funny because just recently the commission released the purse and she only got paid $500,000 for fighting K. Scott.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Stop playing. What the fuck? Stop playing. What the fuck is that? Ah! What the
But y'all, get this. Tasiki got paid $50,000 more than Claressa. Could you imagine being a professional boxer and making less than somebody on Zeus?
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
But I want y'all to listen to Nyla Says and what she reports on the fight purse.
Has come out, right? So the commissioner released how much each person got paid. So we see that Claressa Shields, two-time world champion, and she walks away with a $54,000 purse. Are we serious? Now, this is insane. This is insane. So I'll just go ahead and name off, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch all these other people or whatever. But Joseph Hicks got $23,125. Troy Isley got $30,000. Bernice Ferreira got $20,000. Carolyn Vieira got $20,300. Romer Angulo got $20,000. Atif Oberton got $30,000. Ramel McKinley got $2,000. Daniel Mercado got $1,000. Alexander Thiel got $5,050. Jaquan McElroy got $2,500. Okay. Marlena Ramirez got $1,000. Chanel Butler got $15,000. Davell Smith got $7,500. Hakeem Lopez got $10,000. Kiona Fulava got $150. Xavier Pabon got $150. Orlando Brown got $150. Willie Norwood, also known as Ray J, got $150. Now, you know that there's something else in their contract, right? So they probably got a percentage of ticket sales and all this kind of stuff. This is just the, I guess, official boxing purse. So maybe there is more money for all parties involved. I'm not sure. Paulette Cuesta got $1,000. Ashlyn Losada got $11,250. Michael Nelson got $4,000, and Cassie Dixon got $4,500. But the GOAT got $500,000 for this fight, and Tashiki got $550,000. That's crazy. That's insane. But first, you know, this ain't about Orlando and Ray J, but maybe that's what's in their contract, that they had to do the fight because they already got paid for other things. They got $150 for that fight. I'm not fighting nobody for $150. $150? Like, what? $150? That is so insulting.
So yeah, there we have it. $2 million from Chris Cyborg is too little, but yet she got paid $500,000 to fight K. Scott. And I know it was an easy fight, but you still took 1/4 of the money. And if y'all missed it, K. Scott got paid $54,000. But let's get into this interview and see what Hanna-Gabriels has to say about Claressa.
That's why Claressa don't want to see me in that ring, but that's okay.
You know, now that you mentioned that, I mean, what is your reaction to her stopping Kay Scott in the sixth round?
I think it was expected. We all know that Kay Scott had a brain injury in surgery 2 years ago.
That's exactly why I stated that whether Claressa would have won or lost, either way, it was a lose-lose situation for her.
So it doesn't seem like, well, you know, Kay Scott wasn't really in danger because Claressa doesn't have the power to knock out anybody. And I think that Kay Scott had a good fight plan. So, you know, to put herself to do what she needed to do.
Now, moments ago, we just found out how much Kay Scott got paid. And compared to Claressa, that's pennies. But with fighting Claressa, you get some type of notoriety. And I don't know if that's what her and her team set out to do.
But the outcome was expected. I don't think nobody thought that Kay Scott will put or make Claressa will challenge her in any way.
Did you see that she was kind of nervous in there? Like, I noticed, like, watching your fight with her, it was a great fight. No respect for one another, right? But with this fight per se, did you see a difference? And then obviously the 6-7 fights that she has, is that not enough pro experience to fight somebody like a Claressa?
Who, Kay Scott?
Yeah.
Really?
No, question. It was a question.
I mean, she has an extensive amateur career, but
Right.
she has no knockout power, and it's just, you know, a comfortable fight, no danger in it. So, you know, Claressa was able to manage her. She looked good because she was supposed to look good in that fight.
She's telling nothing but the truth. The way that Kay Scott punches is slow, is not powerful. I don't get how she can knock out anybody. But she does call herself glamorous, so what did you expect?
And Kay Scott just seemed to do her job. You know, they're stablemates. So they have sparred before, they know each other. I'm thinking at least at this time, a little bit of Claressa's values are showing. You know, she wasn't trying to, well, it seemed like she was trying to knock her out, but like I said, she did have some opportunities and she did not take them. So I believe it was the fight is faithful to the production that they were trying to make, which was a show.
Now, the fact of the matter is that we all know that it was set up for Claressa to win, and basically Kay Scott was set up to basically make Claressa look good and just take a little bit of money. Now, I'm not about to go on record and say that the fight was fixed, because we all know that the boxing commission would never do that. Because anything involving gambling would be federal time. And neither would the people behind the scenes.
Right. Just for the viewers that don't know, but I wanted to play a clip of you and Claressa. And there's Shields-Gabriels. What was that? A uppercut hook?
That was an uppercut, yes. But the hook didn't catch her really because she was already falling. But there's a funny story with that uppercut because at the time, I did not know that she did not have power. I thought that she was very strong.
I don't know, guys. Hanna might just be our shady queen because she said at the time, I didn't know Claressa didn't have power and she wasn't strong. So I'm pulling out that crown and let's see how this goes because she sound like she about to be crowned.
That she could have a lot of power, and because of her experience in the amateurs, I thought that I was going to lose miserably.
I don't know, guys. One more, and she's about to be crowned.
But I knew that I was going to do my best, and quite frankly, I'm a very good learner, and I am usually evolving faster than most because it just seems to that I'm able to put my mind in there. You know, like almost 10 years ago, I started working on my style because I got knocked out. I got knocked out in 2013 by a right hand by Oxandria Castillo. And that right hand landed because my amateur background wasn't enough for me to notice or to not do certain mistakes. So if you see that fight, you see me going to the side, but I did not make my step to get away from that person. And so when I turned, I not only changed the angle to be right for her to throw me that right hand, but I even got closer to her. So she catch me with that, and then the fight was over. So I understood a little bit later than that then I had my baby. I got pregnant and I had my daughter. And then in 2016, I started working directly with my husband. And then in 2017, we started a different process. So I pretty much erased everything I learned from the basics. And I started doing a different work so that I could correct the mistakes and be able to execute better things. And so it's been a process of about 8 years now in that. So when I fought Claressa, I had only less than a year working on these things. And I was able to do, a couple of things. There's some people that argue, people say that I want to fight her because I am bitter that she won that night, but that's not true. I also believe that she won that fight, not by what the scorecards say, but I know that I did not do enough to take it away with me.
So there we have it. Like I stated, there is some back and forth, or majority said that they believe that Hanna won, but we heard it from her. She believes that Claressa won as well and doesn't believe that she did enough.
Yet, I know you saw the fight. Did you like the fight?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Do you think that if at any point in time before this time, if that would have happened, you would want to see it?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like a lot. I mean, didn't know if you'd seen the fight yesterday, but they mentioned you in the commentary as well. They mentioned you were the only one to knock her down. They also mentioned a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, obviously, lots of people are trying to see her in there with elite competition. I mean, obviously, when you achieve what she's achieved, we only want to see great things from there. So obviously, lots of fans are complaining about making sure that she's fighting the best opposition possible, keeping that same energy that they do with the men when it comes to championships and holding titles.
Also, keep in mind that she said that when she fought Claressa, it was basically a reset for her, and she only had been back for a year. So, could y'all imagine the work that she would give Claressa now after so many years of training?
But the reason why I asked that is because we did have an opportunity to see each other in 2021. She won the undisputed 160 and she came down to 154, which I have been the reigning champion for 10 years.
Right.
So, a respectable champion will defeat the current champion. So she fought Yves Dicaire, but her team managed to, somehow make me invisible in the situation. And she fought for the undisputed at 154, me being the reigning champion there without fighting against me.
And she definitely brought this up in April, and I made a video. So look for this thumbnail 154-pound record in question, as well as this is the title. And if I can remember, I will attach the link below.
So there was an opportunity for us to fight. And I think, if they say that they're about money, I wonder why they did not take that opportunity to make good money, because it doesn't matter which other fights she has had. I believe that our fight would have made more money at any point of time. But once they did that, I realized that there was more in me that I actually recognized at the time. Because if they actually did not if they actually feel, like she says, that it was an easy win, that, that she could beat me up, which is a strong word for the type of fight that we had. She says that she beat me, and I think that's a very softy argument. There's kids that take some harder beatings,
Damn! So now I gotta do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you our shady queen, Hanna Gabriels.
And so it was a very, very competitive fight, I will say. And if they think that it would have been that easy, why didn't they meet me there? 2021. And I know they did not meet me there. Maybe Claressa would have won too, but her team knows better. And if she would have fought me, the risk of not becoming undisputed in 154 was too high. So when she fought for my belt, I did make a public statement, because she actually posted 2 days before the fight against Decare. She posted a picture of Claressa punching me in my mouth. And she said, 2 more days. Good morning, 2 more days. And I know that people, regular people might not get nothing out of that. But to a champion, that is a very clear message. She's telling me, I am going to fight for your belt. I don't even have to fight you.
So yeah, if you do in fact check out that short, it'll pretty much explain it. And like she stated, Claressa was supposed to fight her to get the belt, but they gave her the belt anyway. So realistically, she isn't a champion in 154 pounds.
And so I had to do something. I went up to the heavyweights. For 2 years, I wasn't able to fight. I was supposed to fight Danielle Perkins, which was the silver champion. According to her manager at the time, television did not want to see our fight, so it never happened. And then they called me for the 2023 opportunity. I was the heavyweight champion. I went down to 160 to fight her. Then we had the doping situation, which was a lie. They presented it. I tested positive by a substance that is called plausible. And that substance is present in a medicine that could be used for humans. In Costa Rica, it's called Neocept. And, Neocept, I believe, is for dogs. And for humans, it's Neobol. It's like a spray that you put in your, if you have you have wounds, so it helps you scar the tissue faster. But that medicine has that one component at 1%. And when I came from the press conference before the fight, my dog had the puppies, and I had been taking care of the puppies for 6 days by the time I did the test. The specialist that did the test, it took me about 3 hours to pee enough for the test to be, for them to be able to use it, because I was sparring. So in the whole conversation, the conversation of the puppies came up, and he got concerned because it has happened before to other athletes in other sports, that they have puppies and they get contaminated with this, and everything gets cleared up always. But, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association is supposed to keep in vanguard with everything that, goes on with this situation. So at that time, they knew that I had contamination, but that medicine, they had the evidence, they had what we call the supplementary form, which is the only opportunity for the athlete that has been in contact with any substance, being that intentional or unintentional, to come clean, as they say, and for that athlete to be treated with respect, and for their situation to be reviewed before, make it public. Right. They had everything, and they still made it public in the way that they did. It took months for them to clear it out, not because it was hard for them to find out if I was innocent. It took them that long because they violated each one of their rules that are supposed guarantees of them treating me with respect and with ethics and integrity when it comes to this situation. So I did not find out about this until about 8 months or 10 months ago, because it took me about 2 years to really understand what happened. Had to review all the documentation, all the emails, all the evidence, all the timelines, all the communications, and I was able to dissect that they actually proceeded wrongly in every way with me. And the documentation is also public. I have it. If you want it, I can send it to you so that you can review it. But not they in 2024, January 2024, I received a message from the president of the WBC saying that they were going to strip me from the belt because I hadn't fought. But the thing is that if they did not clear me out, I couldn't fight. And the damage that was created with this was big, especially with an athlete that has built everything in her career with positive things. All of a sudden you're an hypocrite and people take it personally. And so there was not a lot of empathy or compassion or even the benefit of the doubt. And it has destroyed my career pretty much.
So what Hanna is saying is that she let them know that she had puppies, made them informed that she was messing with, a certain medication, and they knew that. And at the time, she did not know that they were supposed to handle the situation. They wasn't even supposed to make her test in public. But instead, they put out to the public that she was using PEDs. Instead of basically protecting her because she wasn't using PEDs, it was the medicine. But they put it out there, and now it has messed up her public image. And it pretty much messed up her career. She also stated that they was going to strip her belt because she couldn't fight, but she didn't get the okay to fight because she failed the test. And if y'all don't know, it typically takes 1 to 2 years to get approval.
They did a good job. They actually were able to do what they wanted to, but I have been able to stay focused, growing, waiting for the time. People ask me sometimes, they say, why haven't I fought? There's not many opportunities to fight when she keeps the narrative alive that I'm a cheater. But, because of her doings now, people is more willing to listen now, and they are able to see through the bullshit also. So I believe, the time is, I don't think she ever fight me, but at least it will be clear that I am not the one running. I am not the one being scared. And in this story that we have, there's more than that. There's more than that one fight in 2018. They have done enough damage. And, there's not much that I can do until they allow me to step in the canvas and do it with my own fist. That's the only way I like to fix this anyways. But until then, I can only raise my voice, speak for myself, and hopefully my colleagues they'll be careful and understand that they could be in danger if they don't acknowledge the fact that the industry's interests, if they're against you, you really have to watch your back.
So Hanna is saying now people are willing to listen to her because they see that Claressa is full of BS and how she lies, and that Claressa keep trying to spread that she's a cheater. And she also wants to let people know that when the industry is against you, basically you're not going to win.
You have one fight 2024 and then a 3-year layoff after that. Was that also part of just dealing with what you had to deal with Shields? Is that
2024? About 10 days before that fight, I was called and they offered me a fight to classify to fight. Whoever won that fight will fight French Cruz. So they say we give you the fighter. We give you we send you the fighter and everything, but you have to organize the fight. And it was December 19th. And so I called the Commission of Costa Rica. I have a beautiful relationship with the Professional Commission of Boxing in Costa Rica, and I told them the opportunity, and they were ecstatic. They were like, oh yeah, we are definitely coming to sanction the fight and just make sure that everything is in order. So we made the fight here in a very humble place. It was done, I think, in the 3rd or the 4th round. She previous to fight me, she fought Maricela Cornejo in Costa Rica, and she was able to do the 10 rounds. And I actually I heard that they stole it from her and gave it to Cornejo. And then before that, she had fought, I believe, a Panamanian former world champion, and she did a great job too. And so I always keep myself in shape. So, it didn't take me long to just be ready. And the fight was done. Then Franchon's team said that the fight was off. I had negotiated with them $50K to fight Franchon Cruz if I win that fight. And so they say no, and then they came back and they said that they still wanted to fight me, but that they had $20K. And I said to them, I will not negotiate the same thing twice. We had an agreement, and if you're unable to keep your word regarding this, I am not expecting you to keep your word on anything else. So, then they came back and they said, well, Hanna, you have to understand that there's not a lot of fighters in this division. And, I told them, I'm still your best option, and then they came back and they said, well, Franchon is the champion and she has the belt. So we have a total of $80K, and she feels like she needs to make more because she's the champion. And you have to understand that she doesn't really sell because, the truth about it is that Franchon is not very appealing when it comes to boxing because she has the heart. She wants to fight, but she has nothing else.
Damn! Our shady queen. Now, she said that she wanted $50K if she won, and Franchon Cruz team said no, $20K. So it sounded like her team didn't have the money. Now, Hanna stated that Franchon's team said that she has the heart and she wants to fight, but she don't have nothing else. But for some reason, I'm finding it hard to believe that her own team said that shady mess. Because if they did in fact say that, it's not giving team at all.
She don't even have balance. So
you believe she lacks skills?
Yeah, she lacks skills. And so I told them, that it wasn't my fault, that she wasn't able to sell much, that I was still their best option, and that I will not change that. And so Franchon got mad, and then she made a post saying, that it was actually funny how, trying to fight a fighter that actually earned their way out of the industry, because, she's referring to the doping thing, and that she will beat me anytime, and that, people wasn't serious and all of these things. So that fight did not happen. I don't think it's a fair fight. But if she hears this, and if she sees me, and if she wants to fight me, let's do it. You have no opportunity, but we can do it. And then I was offered to fight Claressa in June last year, but in 2025. But they wanted me to go to the heavyweights. And after 3 years of no resources, and after keeping myself in shape, but I am not doing training camps to keep weights or to make muscle or to any of that. It's hard for me to go to the heavyweights now because I walk around 163.
So we just heard that Hanna is currently 163, and we all know that recently that Claressa is 159.8. So they could literally fight right now, but she wants to fight Hanna at heavyweight. So it sounds like Claressa knows 100% she is way stronger at heavyweight, and she knows her power. And smaller, she knows she wouldn't be able to beat Hanna.
So I will have to make a process. Well, first of all, training to lose weight is very different from training to gain weight. And it's very different to gain weight and to gain mass, right? And it takes different time for both. So it was not only enough time for me to get to the heavyweights, but, when you sign a contract and you're unable to show up professionally according to the terms that you have accepted, you get fined. They take money from you, and they can call off the fight. So, taking in consideration the things that they have already done against me.
So, as she stated, she was supposed to fight Claressa last year, but she wanted to meet her at heavyweight, but she knows it's going to take a lot of time to gain weight and muscle, and she didn't want to get into that program of gaining weight, especially when she wants to maintain a certain weight. So she didn't want to sign that contract and then end up having to pay a fine because she couldn't fulfill the contract.
It will be foolish on my behalf to believe that they will do right this time, right? And so, they actually offered me $65,000. They offered me $35,000 the first fight, then they offered me $65,000, and I said no. Because Claressa had been offering out of her pocket $100,000 to anybody. You remember that? She was offering $100K to fight anybody. So if she is offering $100K out of her pocket to anybody, why are they offering me $65K? I am even with the damage that they have done, if they don't respect my trajectory, my career, I will respect it. I will give it its value. I'm not a corpse yet. We call it muerto in boxing. Have you heard that term? I'm not a muerta yet. Not a muerta yet. I'm more alive than they actually can, that they could even know. Because thanks to the things that have been done for me not to be able to fight, it's true that I haven't been able to showcase my skills and maybe evolve from the fighting moments. But I have become deadly.
So I don't know how the negotiation works. Like once they make their offer, they just automatically say no and just leave it alone. Because like she stated that Claressa stated that she would offer $100K, and to sit right there and lower it $35K like I'm supposed to take it. I wonder, was she able to say no, give me that $100K, or did she just leave it? But if she was a problem for Claressa back then, I could imagine how much more deadly she has got.
It haven't been necessary. I'm pretty confident that this fight will not go to the 10 rounds. It will never end there.
So, do you feel confident that the fight even will happen, just knowing that last year you got an offer to fight her at heavyweight, and now that she's now going into a lower weight classes, I think she's at middle weight now. Do you feel like
they're not gonna fight me because they want to fight me with me in disadvantage in every way? They want to pay me little. They want me in a weight that I couldn't make. If she comes to 160, we can fight, definitely. But they have done everything possible to not fight me. It's like so obvious now. Like it's ridiculous that she's fighting people that has less than 10 fights. Why? Like why? People say that there's enough fighters. That's not true. There's enough fighters. There are not enough fighters that they want to give light to. There's not enough boxers that want to sign to their bullcrap. Yes, that's true. Because for me to be able to fight with Claressa, I have to sign up to 2 or 3 more fights. In case that, I win, they have something to gain from that. So I understand the business, but they always want me in disadvantage. And like I said, I am no Daniel Perkins. I am no Case Scott. I am no French on Cruz. I am no them. I am very different. And when it comes to the skills today, I can, with confidence, say that I have even gone beyond my expectations. I'm pretty comfortable with what I know today and what I'm able to execute. I finally understand boxing. It took me a while, and I got here late, but I finally do.
Well, she basically exposed that her team is cherry picking because she says that Claressa teams want her at a disadvantage. She's at a comfortable weight and they want her to gain weight and feel uncomfortable so that Claressa could be in her comfortable weight and overpower her. But honestly, it sounds like both parties want to be in their comfort, and it shouldn't be like that. They should meet somewhere in the middle. It shouldn't be at her comfortable weight, and it shouldn't be at Claressa's comfortable weight.
And it's pretty beautiful. I think that if it ever happens, which I have spoken to Claressa directly, and I told her, she said, if I ever have, she said that if she has mercy of me, she might fight me. And I told her, if she ever has the merciful balls to fight me, this is personal. She's still talking to people. She's still saying that I cheated. She knows the truth. She has the documentation. I sent it to her, and she just wants to keep it like that. It is not enough for her to damage and keep damaging. She just wants to keep me away and take away the value of what our fight meant and could mean, you know.
Right.
But we'll see. People is starting to looking to watch and to look through things, and hopefully they'll decide to, I don't know, take vengeance. I hope.
What weight would you be more comfortable fighting Claressa if she was to
Once
see
you
this
see,
interview? And what would be the price to get you in the ring?
I don't think I should take it less than 150K, going low, like the lowest, because they have done enough damage. It's been, I was supposed to retire about this time if the contract that I signed in 2019 was fulfilled. You know, the pandemic didn't happen and all of that, and I haven't been able to do any of that. And just by the way that they treated my situation with VADA and the doping, it was just a straight up intent. It had the intention to bury me, and it did. And it has jeopardized my daughter's future. It has jeopardized our stability, everything, my image, my relationship with sponsors, because fortunately, I am very loved and people know about my character, and I have good relationship with all of them. But when it comes to the branding, public life, it doesn't work. Brands don't want to be associated with these things, period. So they know the damage that they cause. Claressa knows the damage that she is causing every day and every time that she decides to lie on me. And she knows I want the opportunity. She can keep lying, but give me the fight. I'll shut you up.
If you had some words to share to Claressa Shields, if she's watching, what would they be?
Well, if she wants to keep, let me direct myself to her, I guess.
Right.
Well, Miss Shields, it's been a while already. I've waited enough, and against my will also, because I've been wanting to fight for the longest. Yet, the only fight that I can think about is our fight. There's so much in this. 2021 was one thing. 2023 and your team's dirty moves are another thing. But by you keep lying on me today. I've seen some of the interviews and I see you talking all this shit. And I know that you will not fight me. Because even though you say you like beef and you like this and you like that, when it comes to execute, you just run away. That's why you're running away from Remy. That's why you're running away from these other people. And don't come back and act like nothing is going on in your little bubble.
She said you're
If you don't want to
away
shut
from
up,
Remy.
if you don't want to shut up about the narrative of me being a cheater, please, I beg you, give me the fight. We will handle it as you say that you like it, and as I am for sure willing to do so. Nothing I want more than to shut you up. You'll pay a big price for this. But if you never do, I understand, my dear. I understand. That long walk to the corner, I did not see that before, but I saw the fight. And after you got up and we went to the canvas, they stopped the fight again and they give you 20 seconds to recuperate with 12 seconds left of the round. I understand now, my dear. No worries. But if you ever do, you're in big trouble.
At this point, the way that it was presented, it was given potential lawsuit, but she doesn't have the funds because she basically said that Claressa continues to say that she cheated when she knows she didn't, and that she presented her documents and that it damaged her image and it impacted her daughter. But I'm pretty sure if Claressa was to actually offer her the $150,000, she would most likely meet her at a weight that Claressa agreed to. But I really do hope that they can come to an agreement, because I think a lot of people want to see them fight. And as she stated, this has become personal. So I'm pretty sure she really wants to take it out on Claressa now. But what are y'all thoughts about this situation? I would love to hear it down below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, hype me up, send a super thanks if you care to do so, and I'll see you in the comments.